So first, here's the Omega-1, the pellets that I use, okay? I am not being sponsored by any of these guys. I just would like to talk about the foods that I use. I use Omega-1 Super Color pellets. I give them this. I also mix it with the Omega-1 shrimp pellets. For the bottom feeders, like the Geophagus, my loaches, even my busher eat some of that. And I got the Omega-1 tuba, what's it called, tuba fix worms. I also mix with, you know, all these. And then we have the mysis shrimp. These I use more for the wife's fish, more for like I find the smaller fish, but I do occasionally mix it in with all these other ones. And then I also have this kind of shrimp for my bigger fish. They love this. I just give this as a treat, so I don't feed this to them every day. I don't mix it in any of these. Also, here in Canada, we can't get no like medication for fish, so what I have bought is this. I'm not really big on tropical, but it has worked. It's got garlic, 30% of the garlic. It is to cure internal parasites, pretty much. I used it when my green tailor ended up getting sick with internal parasites. Unfortunately, he has passed because I didn't get this stuff quick enough. I actually had to special order this from, I do believe it was Big Al's. But ever since that, it's worked great. I know my one Geophagus had anchorworm, and I just used this to feed them, and I just, you know, put salt in the tank, and it worked. But yes, this is what I use. This is not on a daily, but these three right here, I use daily with a bit of this. I'm going to show you how much I use and what I do. So yeah, some of the foods that I wouldn't recommend, the biggest one I find is the one you get from Walmart, the Tetra brand. I honestly think it is probably one of the worst. I normally stick to Omega-1, but I will also do, what are they called? The Hikari pellets. I mean, they're good, but still, honestly, Omega-1s are probably the best. Like, I would stick with the Omega-1s. I tell everybody that Omega-1s, like, even when you're doing frozen, like, bloodworms, I go Omega-1. And if my pet store's out of that, well, then I won't buy it, because I stick generally Omega-1s. That tropical brand that I had to order, it worked for its purpose, internal parasites. I still do occasionally feed them that to stop preventing, you know, to prevent the internal parasites, because like I said, in Canada we can't get no medication. Our medication is alternatives, like, you know, finding a food that has a garlic substance in it, or aquarium salt. I heard eating table salt works. I've never tried table salt. Also, Epsom salt I heard works. But for food wise, I would stay away from Tetra. Anything really that you can buy in like Walmart. What else? What other stores, like the Super store? Anything really from a big grocery store brand, I would stay away from. I would go more towards like an actual fish store, like, you know, Big Al's, or I have my own local little fish store around here that I get my Omega-1s from. Bug Bites is really good. I had some little samples given to me. My fish seem to enjoy them, but I still just stick Omega-1. So I normally just put it in a cap like that and mix sure it in, right? You got your shrimp pellets for the bottom feeders, you got your tuba fix worms, and you got the pellets, the super color pellets. Also, when I do add this, I just open it up. I take a little pinch out of it. Take a pinch, and I just kind of sprinkle those in there. Sometimes I'll add a little bit, just just a little bit more. Add that in there as well. That's all I do, is I just add a combination. Fortunately, I'm out of that right now. I gotta order some more. But yeah, that's all I do, a little bit in the lid. Not too much. And then I just dump it right in the aquarium. And then we just watch him. So I look at the little blue aquarium. You guys wanna see this? I'll show you. Maybe he'll eat this out of my hand. Yeah, see? He's the only one. Oh, there he goes. But he loves this Tubifix worms. I'll just dump this in here like that. Yeah, and then they just all get their food. As you can see, the shrimp pellets, they all sink. And then the geos, mostly the geos and my 2 clown loaches eat those ones. The rest of the guys normally eat that stuff. I know the Busher is not too happy right now because he has no shrimp, but he does eat those pellets. He's the biggest eater of the pellets. He absolutely loves them. I just had to turn the camera so you guys could see it all. Even look at the little clown loach. He even gets up in there. Get some pellets. Oh yes, I added her. Took her out of the wife's tank because she ended up being with the other one of these guys, the other polar blue, and they started chasing her little tetras. So I put them in here, or her in here, to hopefully breed with the leucistic. Would be kind of nice to have. But yeah, that's what I do for feeding. If you guys like this video, please subscribe and like.